Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Happy and Snute on Dusk Towers. In the bottom side of the map, we have the red Terran player, it is Happy. And in the top side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player, it is Snute. So a really solid matchup for you today. Happy is an excellent Terran player hailing from Russia, and Snute represents Team Liquid, which means he is very, very excellent at playing Zerg. I'm wondering if he's going to go hatch first or pool first. We've seen a rash of pool first play in ZVT. I'm not quite sure what to make of that. Oh, here we go. And nope, going for that 200, walking right past the place where the pool would go. Going to go for the hatch first here is Snute. Meanwhile, Happy is going for the racks first with the gas. Going to be a Reaper expand for him. As usual, the Reaper is not there to kill the Zerg player. That's okay. Really there just to scout things out, to see things like a pool first that might exist. Not going to waste any time with an SCV. Oh no, maybe he is. Happy going to take an SCV, going to move on up and going to try to see what is going on here. Is he checking for a proxy hatch or something? Is Snute known for that? I mean, I feel like he is. He's bobbing right on up, checking what's going on up here. A proxy hatch is possible at this point, but he's not seeing anything like that at all, so nothing to worry about there. Spawning pool and extractor are on their way for Snute as well. So there's the barracks going to finish and ready, set, Reaper. Boom! There it is. Reaper popping out here of that barracks. Going to go and try to kill some stuff, but that spawning pool is about halfway complete. There should be about 4 to 6 lings out by the time the Reaper shows up. A queen will be on the way. The Reaper, if it is very well microed and gets a little bit lucky, it might be able to kill a drone, possibly 2 to 4 lings, depending on how things go for him. And there it is. There's the expand part of the Reaper expand. A Reaper on the way. Expansion coming up in the very, very safe confines of the natural expansion here on this map. I do love the green accents on this map too. Dusk Towers is good that way. It reminds me of, what was it, Space Police? There was actually a set, or just a theme of Legos back when I was a kid called Space Police. And they were black with kind of this neon green going. And I thought they were the coolest thing on planet Earth. I got a really cool set for my 10th or 11th birthday, somewhere around there, and was really happy with it. I mean, they were cops. They dealt with intergalactic bad guys, obviously, based on the name. But kind of dumb. But as a kid, I mean, pretty much the greatest thing ever. Anyway, the Reaper is going to pop on up here to see what it can see. And like I said, there are already lings out. There are queens just about to pop. 4 lings chasing that thing away. Kitty at charge dodge once again by Snute, as we've seen so many times on this channel. The queen going to help assist with this. Where was that drone going? Possibly trying to take a third, but the Reaper in the way. Look at that crazy spazzing out this Reaper's doing. Happy with the APM over 300, over 400 right now. Snute himself over 300. He is no slouch. And actually going to pick off this drone. Run, Snute, run! Can you get the hatch down? No, forced to go into extractor instead to save its own life. The lings can't quite deal with this Reaper. It's actually denying the third. Very well. KD8 charge being used to take out some of the HP on that extractor as well. A queen forced to come down to clear out this landing zone for that drone. I think the queen's going to go ahead and try to stab that Reaper away. That extractor needs to be canceled, and it does get canceled at the last second. The drone staying out of the range of the Reaper there, getting stabbed, stabbed, stabbed. KD8 charge blowing that queen back again. So fun to see that happen. And yeah, the Reaper should be retreating. No, it's not. It's going to knock the queen back again. Wow, really solid KD8 charge hits there. And there goes the third base by Snute about 60 seconds later than he wanted it to. And the expansion already up for Happy. Harvester tab 34 to 26 workers in favor of the Zerg player there. So Happy maybe not macroing as well as he could back home, but doing as well as he can, getting those Hellions out. There are 4 of them now with the Reaper. That's a pretty solid push if Happy wants to move on out there. Especially the Roach Warren is not quite complete yet for Snute, but the longer Happy waits, the more likely there will be Roaches and Ravagers ready and waiting for him by the time that push comes. And Hellions and Reapers against Roach Ravager, not a winning composition. If you happen to be Terran, that's a pro tip for you Terrans out there. Don't do it. Don't do it. Armory on the way here too for Happy. That's kind of an early armory. Is he planning on going for some Thors here? Or, I mean, you do need that for +3/+3, but man, he doesn't even have engineering bays up yet. Does he? No, he doesn't. All right, so we're going to keep an eye on that one, see what's happening with that armory. And here comes the push. The Hellions, and inside that medevac are a couple Marines, just for some anti-air, as is always nice. And there's the Hellbat. Oh, I always forget the armory is good for Hellbat transformation. All right, so Hellbats are here. Much, much better against Roaches and Ravagers are Hellbats. And good explosion there. KD8 charge knocking all those Roaches back. The Hellbats are unafraid, mostly because they can't run away that quickly. But one Roach dies on the bottom there. Another one up top explodes in flame. But the Hellbats are slowly being whittled down too here as the Queens stabbing away, and they're all completely gone. What a great hold there by Snute. Just taking him out with queens, forcing the medevac back as well. Was down to 14 hit points. Could not stick around to pick up those Hellbats and save them. Was forced to retreat, and that was bad news. Liberator popping on up here too. Going to try to set up shop here, and there is a queen. Again, more queens down here, and another one here. Nope, not quite yet. There are 2 queens in production, but I don't know if 1 queen is enough to handle this. The Ravager's ready to go, though. Holy smokes. Did that Overlord see that? Overlord probably spotted it. This one, at the very least, sees what's going on. Is heading back to the safety of inside the creep here, where the queens can defend, where the Ravagers can defend. Lings checking to make sure nothing comes down that ramp that is anything scary from Happy. 3rd command center on the way for Happy 2 here. It's 41 to 60 Harvesters. Snute macroing his face off right now. Wow, he holds off that push, and he still has 60 workers at the 5-minute mark. Legacy of the Void is so darn fast, and he's getting a 4th base. Quick 4th. Liberator trying to snipe down that Overlord. It's always fun how the animation changes on those shots from the anti-air mode from the Liberator. You notice sometimes they go around to the right side, sometimes they go on the left side. That does supply block did that supply block Snute temporarily? Just a tiny bit. I think I saw that up in the top right there. +1/+1 on the way for Happy for his biological units. Snute himself is getting upgrades for the pneumatized carapace. He wants his overlords to be able to fly more quickly. I suppose that helps if you're running away from Liberators or Vikings that are chasing them down. Lings trying to delay that command center, but Liberator comes in, says, get out of my face. Meanwhile, at a Marine tank push here, might actually force a cancel on this 4th base. What can come to save it? There are a couple queens, and that's it, man. There are some Ravagers, but yep, there's the cancel. The drone manages to escape. You don't see that all the time. The cancel drone managing to get the heck on out of there. Ling's just trying to see what's coming out of the base, seeing a lot of Marines. They're on hold position, so they died standing where they were, like good obedient little Zerglings doing what the Overmind commands, or possibly Kerrigan, or I don't know who's commanding this Zerg swarm. I suppose in this case it is Snute. Liberator coming on back home, looking for more Overlords to kill. There is one here, and I think the Liberator missed seeing it just barely. It's a good position, I guess, a lucky position for Snute. And taking his 4th base here, not a fan of this, as Terrans are very fond of setting up shop with tanks and Marines. Meanwhile, Ravagers are chasing away the Marines and the tanks. Pretty good micro here from the medevac. Picking up, lifting off, trying to get that. Nope, dodging once again. So easy to dodge is Corrosive Bile. Just because you can see it coming. 122 to 95 total supply combat shield stim now on the way for Happy. You'll notice how much that's delayed because of that Hellbat push that we saw earlier on. I mean, it's good and it's strong, but man, it really slows down your biological upgrades, which is something most Terrans really, really want to have into the late game here. Marines do burn down that Overlord. Tries to get out with the pneumatized carapace. Can't quite do it. And a hive on the way for Snute. That is a quick hive. Wow. Sub 8-minute hive. Spore Crawler trying to plant in a place where they can actually catch these Liberators. Being chased around by Corrosive Biles. Not taking shots from any of them at all. Trying to deal with Lings. Using Marines and tanks. Usually a pretty good option. Pretty good choice there. Lings coming all the way back here. Not sure what they're going to do there, but expanding. They're done, and taking this base again as a 5th base is Snute. Roaches on the way. Neural Parasite coming up. Glial Reconstitution. Melee attacks level 1 at the same time. So much happening from Snute right now. Meanwhile, that +2 has been started for Happy. +2 attack on the way. The more upgrades bio units have, the better they are against Zerg. A macro hatch being popped up right now by Snute. I love to see the macro hatch play here, as it is 76 to 64 Harvesters. Happy starting to catch up here, but the Ravagers ready to go. Ravagers turn out to be really good against Marines, at least at this stage of the game. Before the Marines get that +3/+3, Ravagers seem to be very, very good with the extra range that Roaches do not have and the Corrosive Bile ability. They just seem to be a little bit better against them. So picking up, boosting out of there. Happy not losing a single unit. Great reaction time. Just reaction time quick as a goose. A goose? A mongoose? I think I meant to say mongoose. Liberator setting up shop over here, forcing the full evacuation of all of the drones. A Ravager does get taken out. Oh, forcing the Liberators away there. Good reaction time by Happy. Again, he's doing a good job keeping his units alive. I'm going to say that. Resources lost 1,200 to 950. Again, setting up shop on this high ground, as I predicted for Snute. This base is under complete assault as well. The Liberators might be able to pop back in here, except for the fact that there are Ravagers waiting for that to happen. Snute might just abandon this altogether and just send all of his drones down to this 5th base, make it his new 4th base, and call it good. Yep, not even sending any units at all. There's an Ultralisk Cavern on the way for Snute. As we've seen, man, Ultras are good against Terran and not unstoppable. We've seen quite a few plays from Terran players who've managed to deal with Ultras using Ghosts, especially using Liberators, even just using Marauders. in one specific example involving, was that Marine Lord? Involving Marine Lord, which makes a lot of sense. He's an amazing, amazing Terran player here, but it is darn near possible. A drop up here with Marines, Marauders getting chased away. Oh, that Marine is left behind. It gets eaten alive by the Zerg Swarm here. Using some of his boosts, just hovering there is Happy. That's surprising. Corrosive Biles being used on these Liberators. I'm not sure if Happy's paying attention, and yes, losing one. The other one, too, going to die. Spore Crawler with 1 kill. Does manage to take it on out. How many workers have been killed? 1 worker has been killed by Happy so far. That's it. A drone? That is very surprising indeed. So it was 196, 195 to 70 total supply. Here comes the push from Happy. He has +2 attack, +1 armor, +2 armor. Is about 60% done. Chitinous plating being researched by Snute here. Ultras. Centrifugal hooks for the Banelings. +2/+2 for his Ultras and his Lings at the same time. And just really setting up for a really solid Ling, Baneling, Ultra type combination here. Again, I'd like to see some Corruptors, Ravagers. I don't know if they quite cut it when it comes to dealing with these tanks and medevacs and things, but here it is. The Lings rolling right on in. Banelings coming in too. Ultras on top of everything. The tanks are going to go down. They're trying to micro to the best of their ability are these Marines, but if they split, the Lings kill them, and if they stay together, the Ultras kill them. Amazing hold there. A lot of Marines end up dying there at the same time. 200 to 139 total supply. Chitinous plating is now picked up. Has now completed for Snute here. Pathogen glands on the way. +2 ground carapace going to finish up here too. The Lings coming in, forcing a liftoff on the potential 4th base of Happy. There are some Marines and some Marauders here. Most of the army are in these medevacs. Can they hold this? Snute wants to end this thing now. He is ready to go. He has maxed out. He might wait for a little bit more of the upgrades. Speed on the Banelings would be a great use. There's another drop back here though. A little sneaky backdoor attack from Happy. Going to get cleaned up by the Marines. Or by the Lings, rather. I always say Lings and Marines mixed up, don't I? Popping on in with the Lings. Ravagers getting shots off on there, too. The Lings going to get shots. There are ghosts. I heard some steady targeting there. The Ultras at the bottom of the ramp. The Ravager trying to take out this command center. SCVs forced to run for their own lives. Corrosive Bile being landed. And actually killing a couple of Marauders there. A surprising move indeed. This base is trying to be taken by Snute there as well. And the Ultras just trundling on in. Small groups of Marines just getting absolutely eaten there. 1 Ultra dies very quickly. These ghosts on the top of the ramp really living up to their name as ghosts, just hiding and killing from distance there. Snute went up to 197 to 96 total supply there. Corrosive Bile landing, almost killing that command center. Okay, not really, but got a couple hits in there anyway. Pushing in again here, and the Banelings do have speed now. A couple of Baneling hits on this ramp might be enough to end this game. The Baneling's going to roll on up, and no, a GG from Happy. Happy saw that coming, man. He saw the Banelings here. That's actually a really weird animation. It's like stuck on the corner. Anyway, saw the Banelings rolling up to crush his ghosts, get them out of steady targeting mode, allow the Ultras to continue laying waste to this 3rd base. There were so many hatcheries for Snute. Happy knew it. Happy knew what was happening. He saw the different hatcheries on his minimap. Yep. He totally saw them there and recognized the writing on the wall and tapped out. So well played by Snute. Just amazing macro in the face of some pretty strong harassment from Happy. Just really managed to hold it with the Queens on that early push with the Hellbats. Dealt with the Liberators fairly well. Again, losing 2 workers that entire game. 2 drones died. That's nuts. I don't care who you are as a Zerg player. If you lose 2 workers in a 12-minute game, you are likely going to be in a good position to win. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what is on, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.